It's 11 p.m. You're pregnant. You just type, is it safe to, into Google for the fourth time today. The answers contradict each other. The comment sections are terrifying. And you don't want to call your OB tomorrow over what feels like a dumb question. I get it. I'm a nurse, and after thousands of conversations with first time moms, I can tell you these are not dumb questions. They're actually the smartest ones you'll ask. So today, I'm giving you the honest and straightforward answers to the 10 is it safe during pregnancy questions everyone is too embarrassed to ask out loud. By the end of this video, you'll have clear answers to caffeine, deli meat, Tylenol, cold medicine, sex, exercise, hot baths, flying, hair dye, and sleep positions. Plus, one simple rule of thumb that will let you answer almost any is it safe question on your own without overthinking at midnight. Stay with me through the end because the rule of thumb is the part that actually changes how you do the rest of your pregnancy. Quick intro if you're new. I'm Cherry, a certified maternal and newborn nurse, and I help first-time moms feel prepared, not panic. No fear-mongering, no fluff, just real answers from someone who works in healthcare and has seen what actually matters. Let's get into it. Question 1. Is caffeine safe? Yes, in moderation. The current guidance from the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists is to keep caffeine under 200 milligrams per day. Okay, what does that even mean? That's roughly one 12-ounce cup of regular brewed coffee at home. But coffee shop drinks can be much stronger, sometimes 200 to 300 milligrams in a single drink. So, check the posted caffeine content of whatever you're ordering. And remember, caffeine also hides in tea, soda, chocolate, and some cold medications. Why the limit? Very high caffeine intake has been linked to some studies to lower birth weight and increase miscarriage risk. One cup is fine. The no caffeine ever panic isn't supported by the evidence. If coffee is part of how you function, you don't have to give it up. You just have to know your number. Question 2. Is deli meat or sushi safe? Cold deli meat, skip it or heat it until it's steaming. Same rule for soft cheeses like brie and queso fresco unless they're labeled pasteurized. Raw fish, raw eggs, and unpasteurized juice or milk. The concern isn't the food itself. It's Listeria and a few other bacteria your immune system handles fine when you're not pregnant, but that can cross the placenta when you are. That's the actual issue, and that's why the rule exists. So, cook sushi rolls? Fine. A hot, steaming deli sandwich pressed in a panini? Definitely fine. Pasteurized cheese? Fine as well. The rule is heat or pasteurization, not never eat anything fun for 9 months. Question 3. Is Tylenol safe? Acetaminophen or Tylenol is currently still the first-line pain and fever medication recommended in pregnancy. There's been a lot of media noise about it lately. The evidence is mixed, and major OB organizations still recommended it as directed because untreated high fever in pregnancy carries its own real risk for the baby. The rule is the same one we use for almost any medications in pregnancy. Lowest effective dose, shortest time you actually need it. Don't take it preventively. Don't take it daily for weeks without talking to your provider. But for a headache or a fever, it's still the safer choice over ibuprofen. Question 4. Are cold and allergy medications safe? Some are not. And this one is worth knowing before you're sick at 2 in the morning. Generally considered safer in pregnancy. Plain saline nasal spray, Tylenol for fever, honey for cough, and second-generation antihistamines like loratadine, that's Claritin, and cetirizine, which is Zyrtec. Always call your provider, your OB, or your midwife when you're not sure. That's literally what they're there for. Okay, moving on to question number 5. Is sex safe? Yes, in a normal, low-risk pregnancy, sex is safe in every trimester. It will not hurt the baby. The baby is protected by amniotic fluid, the muscles of the uterus, the cervix, and the mucus plug. Your partner is not reaching the baby. I promise you. Your OB will tell you specifically if your situation needs a pause. For example, conditions like placenta previa, certain types of bleeding, a history of preterm labor, or a few other conditions. If you haven't been told to stop, you don't have to. Desire goes up and down through pregnancy, and that's normal too. Question 6. Is exercise safe? Yes, and it's actually one of the best things you can do for your body, your labor, and your recovery. The recommendation is about 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. What are those? Walking, swimming, stationary biking, prenatal yoga, light strength training, all green light. The old don't lift more than 20 pounds rule is outdated for most healthy pregnancies. What you want to avoid is contact sports, anything with a fall risk like skiing or horseback riding, and starting a brand new high intensity program you are not doing before pregnancy. It's not the right time to start. Let's go to question 7. Is a hot bath or hot tub safe? A warm bath? Yes. A hot tub or sauna? No, especially in the first trimester. Why? The concern is your core body temperature. If your internal temperature climbs above 102 degrees Fahrenheit for an extended time, it can affect fetal development, particularly early in pregnancy. A regular warm bath that's comfortable but not steaming is fine and actually really helpful for back and pelvic discomfort. Skip the hot tub. Skip the sauna. And don't soak in water hot enough to make you sweat or feel lightheaded. Question 8. Is flying safe? Yes, for most low-risk pregnancies, until about 36 weeks. After that, most airlines have their own rules, and your provider may not want you far from your delivery hospital. The radiation from a flight is minimal and not a real concern for occasional travel. Here's the bigger issue: dehydration and blood clots, which is why you walk the aisle every hour or two if it's like a really long flight. Wear compression socks and drink more water than you think you need. If you have any pregnancy complications, always check with your provider before booking. Question 9. Is hair dye safe? This is a very common question. Yes, the evidence supports that hair dye is safe in pregnancy, especially after the first trimester. Very little is absorbed through the scalp. If you want extra peace of mind, do highlights instead of full root color, since the dye doesn't touch your scalp. Same idea for nail salons. Make sure the room is ventilated, and you should be fine. The fumes are the issue, not the polish or the acrylic itself. All right, question number 10. Is sleeping on my back safe? This one has more nuance than the internet gives it, and the rule has actually been updated. The current recommendation is to go to sleep on your side after about 28 weeks, not 20, like you may have heard. And here's the important update. Either side is fine. The left side only rule has been softened. Recent research, including a major NICHD study, found that left and right side sleeping are essentially equivalent for baby's blood flow and stillbirth risk. So, pick whichever side is comfortable for you. If you wake up on your back, don't panic. Briefly being on your back is not going to harm your baby. Your body actually shifts naturally if blood flow drops, which is part of why you wake up. Use a pregnancy pillow. Get comfortable on your side. And please stop punishing yourself at 3 in the morning for waking up flat. Sleep matters more than the position. All right, let's do a quick pause here. If you're already Googling, is it safe questions during pregnancy? I can almost guarantee you'll be doing the same thing in the first 6 weeks postpartum. And that's a much harder time to be searching with a newborn on you and your body recovering. So I made you a free postpartum prep checklist, exactly what to set up and arrange before baby comes so you're not problem solving while you're healing. The link is in the description. Check it out. And If you are the type who wants personal guidance, I'd like to invite you to check out my 4-week live class. We meet every Monday, and I walk you through postpartum recovery, mental health, feeding choices, and a whole lot more with a community of other first-time moms. This is where you can ask questions in real time. It's the support I wish every mom had built in. Here's the rule of thumb I promise. For almost any is it safe question, ask yourself 3 things. 1. Does it raise my core body temperature beyond normal? 2. Does it expose me to bacteria my immune system normally handles fine, but that could cross the placenta? 3. Is there real, evidence-based guidance that it's risky, not a forum post, not a TikTok, but actual clinical guidance? If the answer to all 3 is no, you're almost always fine. The pregnancy internet runs on fear. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to be informed enough to actually relax and enjoy this moment. You're doing better than you think. If you want the next thing to watch, I made a full video on the 5 things to actually do in your first trimester to feel less overwhelmed and more in control. I'll link it on the screen. Save this video. Share it with a pregnant friend who's been over her head about everything. Subscribe and join me every week for great information about pregnancy, postpartum, and newborn care. I'm Cherry, and I will see you in the next one.